life is a mess and you're totally stressed out, just call Trent. Just call Trent. When your wife is cold as ice and you need some advice, just call Trent. Just call Trent. He'll shoot it straight and he won't say no. He'll just give you that advice and say, well, there you go.
Hello, welcome to another episode of There You Go with Trent Mabry. I, of course, am your host, Trent Mabry. Today, my guest is Deon Curry. How are
What's
you, Deon?
up, Trent? I'm good. Good to see you, my brother.
You too, man. Now, you were just in Las Vegas.
Yep, just got back from a little mini vacation.
Oh, yeah?
I left with half the money I went with, so it wasn't too bad of a trip.
So you just went to gamble?
I went to gamble, yeah, hang out.
You're a big poker player, aren't you?
I love playing poker. I like roulette, not so much blackjack. Play some slots. I won most of my money at the airport, though.
At the airport? They have...
Yeah, when you fly into Vegas, there's all these slot machines, and then they try to get the last of your money when you're flying out. So I was like, I won pretty. So I got there Saturday, lost my ass on Sunday, made a little bit back on Monday, and I left Tuesday morning. So I was, while I'm waiting for my flight, I'm like, I'll, put some money in the slot machine, and I won like $45 extra. So it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I never got into poker. It's never a big. Nobody's intimidated me.
So I learned how to play by watching the World Series on ESPN back when I was in high school. 2003, I think, was the first year they put it on TV, like mainstream. And so I learned by watching, because I had no idea how to play when I first started. But I loved watching it on TV. I thought it was fascinating. I loved the sound of the chips. And I've been playing pretty much ever since then. I was 18. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the most you've ever lost?
At poker, probably $200.
Yeah.
Yeah. I most I ever won, I think, was just under $1,000.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
Yeah. I don't play cash games much. I'm mostly a tournament player, so it's limited buy-in. $25, $50 here and there.
Yeah. You just wait to get to the airport to get the Well, thanks for doing this, man.
I appreciate you having me on, man.
Yeah. Now, if you don't know, this is for the people listening, my multiple listeners. If you don't know, this is an advice podcast. And if you need advice, you can email me at advicefromtrent@gmail.com. That's advicefromtrent@gmail.com. So we got a good email this week. Let me pull it up on my iPhone 7 Plus.
Nice.
Yeah.
No case on that.
I know. That's my gambling.
You are definitely taking bigger risks than I am.
Yeah. So anyway, here's the email. It reads, "Dear Trent, love the podcast. I listened to every episode except for the last 15 or 20. Sorry, I've been very busy at work. Hey, speaking of work, that's what my question is about. A couple of weeks ago, a coworker of mine invited some of us to see him do stand-up comedy. He was absolutely terrible. It was painful to sit through. I fear that he's going to ask me to come again because he has to bring 5 people in order to perform.
I know where he was performing at.
I was wondering if there was a good way to tell him not to quit his day job, even though he's not too great at that either. Please help. Signed, Comedy Conundrum." So how do you get somebody to quit stand-up comedy? We've been discussing this.
I feel like you set me up on this episode.
Well, this is why I chose you. It's a good email for you.
If I knew how to answer that question, Trent, I would have put it into practice many years ago. For all the suffering we do on our open mic nights. Oh, wow. Read that one more time.
So basically, this guy
Because it's definitely a guy.
Yeah, it has to be. One of his coworkers invited him to watch him. I assume go to an open mic.
Crackers.
He had to bring 5 people to perform, and he was terrible. And this guy wants him to never ask him again. And he also basically just wants him to quit stand up. Now, I always thought when I was first starting out, I always thought that the audience, based on their reaction, they would tell you when to quit.
Normally,
yeah.
Normally, I think that is the barometer comics use to whether or not they're any good. But here lately, I've come to realize that comedy is not the same now as back when I started, when that was the telltale sign. You know, other comics would tell you you suck.
Yeah.
The crowd would tell you you sucked. And the owner, the business manager of the club would tell you, hey, you probably shouldn't keep trying to do this. Those 3 things were the sign that, you know what, maybe you suck.
Yeah.
Wow. Trent, you know me, right? And for your multiple listeners, for those of you that don't know me, I am a staunch supporter of stand-up comedy. I love stand-up comedy. It's my career path. It's my choice. I've been doing it for over 15 years. I do not like beginning comics for the most part. A lot of them are god awful and they have no idea what they're doing. And most of them were never told by anyone in the business that they were funny and that they should be up there. So let's start there. How this person, I think you should talk to this person about who told them that they were funny.
Right, yeah.
1, 2, who told them they were funny enough to do stand-up comedy? And 3, why did they listen to that person? Because stand-up comedy is not like what you see on TV. And I think that's what most people get confused about. You watch, Comedy Central or something on YouTube, and you're like, oh, I could do that. And then you find out that it's way, way harder than the very famous people you watch do it. I myself found that out very uniquely. My first 2 times I brought a lot of people because I probably started at the same place this guy did. And then when I didn't have anybody that knew me, it did not go as well as the people, who come out to support you and they like you and they think you're the funny guy at the party. You make me laugh on my lunch break. And it's like, yeah, I could do stand-up comedy. And then you find out it's a real art form. It's a real business. And those shitty dick jokes you tell that your buddies laugh at don't make regular people laugh.
Right. Yeah, I had the kind of the same experience as you. I started at the same place this guy's talking about. I brought my friends the first time and did really well. Second time, bombed horribly. So I thought I was a natural at first. I thought, and I still do think I am a natural. I was pretty good.
You're one of my favorites. I will give you that. You're one of my local favorites. You won the comedy competition last year.
Yeah, and you were the first winner.
So we're back-to-back winners here. So we know a thing or two about stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
But we don't know how to make people quit. That's the thing.
No, we don't. I wish we did. Who do you think?
I've tried everything. I've literally tried everything. I've told people to their face that they should never ever touch a microphone again. I've heckled, I've booed, I've done the awkward, I'm the only person in the room laughing. And that seems to encourage them more than anything else. Is that
well,
one?
Yeah. They don't get it. They can't hear the sarcasm in your laugh.
No, they definitely can hear the sarcasm.
Well,
for all the listeners, I have the most sarcastic laugh when somebody's bombing. It's if you hear it, you know good and hell well you're not doing well.
Well, yeah, that's true. Like a normal person could hear that, but if you're delusional enough to think you're funny enough to do stand up, I don't think they know.
You know what I think this person should do? I think they should go and they should make the experience so awful for that person that they never ever want to go to another comedy show again. That would be my advice. Like, all right, I'm gonna support you in the best way that I think you're gonna get it, and that way would be to make it so uncomfortable and awkward and awful that you'd be like, man, I don't ever want to do that again. I thought you were my friend. I'm like, I am your friend. I saved you from people who don't know you doing this to you. That's what I would do. That's my advice, is just go and just be inappropriate and awful while he's on stage. Heckle him, boo him, maybe throw some rotten vegetables. Unless you're vegan, then do what you do.
Yeah, throw an animal at him.
Slap him with a cat before he does his cat jokes.
I like that idea. I also think, like, when I was starting out, it wasn't even that long ago, but people have gotten way too nice to new comics now. Nobody talked to me for like the first 6 months I was doing it.
And that's how you earn your chops. It's not, it is a friendly business, but it's not a friendly business. If you're good, people will gravitate to you. They'll talk to you. That's a telltale sign. If you get off the stage and nobody speaks to you, and everybody say, oh, you had a good set, man, I like this joke, or you should add this. If no one speaks to you, that's your fucking sign. Like, they probably weren't in the room, because we all know comics smoke multiple things, right? So when a bad comic goes on stage, we call that a smoke break. It's like, oh, we're not finna sit here and watch this bullshit, so that, or you know what I would do? I would yell out his punchlines before he got to him. Just steal his thunder. That, because they've all heard this shitty jokes that they're gonna tell a million times before you ever get up there. And so I would just rip it right out of his mouth and then see what he does, because that would be a good sign of, if you can think on your feet, if you're any type of good at this job, you'll be able to react to that and get a laugh off of it.
Right.
And this guy, his poor coworkers, I did the same thing to my coworkers when I first started. I was like, come on, guys, come out, And now people all the time ask me, when's your next show? And I never fucking tell them, because they're not going to show up anyway.
Well, right. And also, you don't really want them there anyway.
Yeah, I really don't.
Yeah. I never invited any of my coworkers or anything. I had my friends come out the first time. And that was because they thought I was funny. But yeah, I think that's a good idea. Just yell out his punchlines. I don't know if it'll get him to stop. It'll definitely get him to stop inviting you.
Yeah, you can't make a bad comic quit. I mean, look at the industry. There's
and if they keep at it long enough, they'll get a Netflix special.
They'll be wearing a leather suit before you know it. And take that how you will.
I like the space background you got behind you.
Oh yeah, I'm in outer space right now, so I'm not even talking about Earth comics. That's
all those Mars comedy clubs that are popping up.
I'm telling you, man, this is how big my audience is I had to leave Earth to come on this podcast.
The whole universe.
My room's a mess, and I didn't feel like cleaning it up for you, to be honest.
Well, that's fair. You didn't want 30 people to see your messy room?
No, I did not. You know what's really funny is this person started off by saying they haven't listened to like 15 or 20 of their podcasts. So by the time they get to this episode, they're going to go to like 12 or 13 more comedy shows.
I know, but that's not my fault. That's their fault. It sounds like first of all, it sounds like they have a shitty job. They're so behind on work that they can't listen to my podcast, and they're being invited to terrible comedy shows.
It's how long do you normally do this? It's not like a Rogan podcast. It's not 4 hours.
No, it's like usually like 30 to 45 minutes.
Oh, wow. That's got
Can't listen to it on their lunch break.
No, he's too busy rounding up another posse for another shitty show.
He's calling to make reservations.
Is there a 2-drink minimum or a 2-item minimum? Because I don't really drink, Can I get the chicken fingers? It's always the shitty friend that complains about everything and then goes and has a great fucking time.
Yeah.
It's like, oh man, I don't know, man. $5 to get in. That's a lot of, are you gonna be funny?
Yeah, I just don't come.
We go through so much shit just to get people into the door. And then to
Yeah,
find out that you're not even worth coming. That's it's a lot like prom night, actually.
Yeah, the second time I was at Crackers, I brought my family, and I was real nervous because it was my mom.
That's a family-friendly place, let me tell you.
But then, like 5 minutes before the show was about to start, the manager comes, and he goes, "Trent?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you didn't bring 5 people." I go, "Yeah, I did. They're right there." So he goes, "Oh, they didn't check in." I go, "I saw them check in." And then I went to go. I had my uncle come and talk to the guy. They had marked it off for a different comedian.
It was this guy.
Yeah.
He stole your 5 people.
Right. Yeah, he's just trying to weasel his way onto the open mic.
See, why would anybody want to be a stand-up comedian when you have to deal with people stealing your 5 people? I've heard of people stealing jokes. I've never heard of people stealing audience members.
Yeah, my bringers. He stole my bringers.
You want my jokes too?
But if I was this guy, here's what I would do. I would just get a new job.
You would just completely move on with your life.
Yeah. I would quit. I would block this guy if I was friends with on Facebook and stuff. Never want to hear from him again.
Oh, that would motivate him so hard to do stand-up comedy. Just to prove to you that he can do it.
You're right.
Your blocking would motivate him to be the greatest stand-up comedian of all time. That's what's gonna happen.
You're right. And then you'd get credit for it, but you would never be able to interact with him because you blocked him.
But just imagine if he only had 4 people and then his comedy dreams could never come true because you were the one person that was like, nah, I'll pass. And he could never get a 5. He could just got that 4 locked down. With that,
he could never find the 5th person. And
But
the club's so strict, they wouldn't even let him. You got 4, but we really need that extra $5.
Well, that comedy club definitely needs it.
That's that's true.
I've been banned from that place for so long. I don't even remember the last time that I went there. I got banned and I wasn't even there. I got rebanned after my initial ban.
Yeah, you got banned from working the other club, and then you got banned even when you weren't going to go back.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't been here in 12 years anyway. I banned you guys. You can't ban me.
It's like when somebody breaks up with you, and I think we should break up. No, I'm breaking up with you.
You can't fire me. I quit.
So I think those are all good ideas. Heckle him.
Absolutely.
Boo him.
Go get shit-faced, raise a stink about the 2-item minimum. Just make it so awful. That's what you do. You get him banned by the club.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
That's how you get him to quit comedy, is you go and you raise such a stink that the club goes to him, hey, you brought in some very terrible people, and we don't want any part of your entourage, if you will.
Yeah.
So that's what you do. You go, you say, I'm here for this very specific person, and then you raise hell. You tear the club up, if you will. Break some glasses, punch a waitress, Steal a tip.
And then when the staff ask you why you're doing this, they go, "He told me to do it. He said it was fine." Blame him. That was his idea.
You treat it like the Capitol. Throw some shit on the walls.
Yeah,
kill a cop.
Wear your horn thing.
Yeah, absolutely. No shirt. Try to hang the vice president. Knock yourself out.
Yeah, hang the assistant manager of the comedy club. Yeah, I like that. That's what he should do when he listens to this in 3 months. Just throw stuff at the club and invite your rowdiest friends. Have them bring 10 people.
Yeah, get a service animal, but there's not a common service animal. Like a raccoon. This is a service raccoon. You have to let him in. Have him start eating out of the garbage while the guy's on stage.
His act is trash. And
Yeah.
what about, have you seen like those, like the people bringing like miniature horses on the planes and stuff?
Yes, I have. I've been on a plane with a miniature horse.
Really?
And, yeah, you can't ride the miniature horse while you're riding the airplane. You know what you do.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't understand. You know how desperate you have to be for an animal to go out and get a miniature horse? It's not like they're common. You can't go to Uncle Bill's to get a miniature horse. You have to search for a miniature horse,
Yeah, you got to track down a stable.
And I figure if you know that this is your emotional support animal, you don't need emotional support. Like, if you pick a miniature horse, that tells me right then and there, you're an asshole. That's all that says.
Yeah.
Not a cat, not a dog, or a parrot that you would keep on a leash for some reason, because a rope around a bird that can fly is hilarious to me. I've seen it.
I have too. I've seen a guy like jogging with holding a parrot.
Why do we make animals slaves? Do we miss the old days that much? I don't understand it. I really don't.
Yeah.
If you don't own your own farm, why are you? There's a guy in my neighborhood that has 3 cats, and he walks them individually on leashes. He walks his cat on a leash, but he doesn't take it on a walk, Trent. He goes to the end of his driveway, and then the cat just sits there on a leash for 25 minutes. Licks himself, takes a nap, and the guy stands there the entire fucking time.
Oh, really? He just stands.
Just stands there.
I thought maybe drug a chair out there,
No,
read a nice book or something. That would be understandable. Maybe the cat likes to be outside.
Nope. He just waits.
Just stands there and watches
with
it lick its
with his hands on his hips.
Jesus Christ.
Like, dude, get rid of the fucking cat. He has a scowl on his face the whole time. I'm gonna ask him if he wants to start stand-up next week. Yeah.
Maybe it's this guy. But you think if he's watching, he might have. That could be a good joke. You can work that.
That's what we need.
Yeah,
that's what we need. More cat jokes. Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
please write more cat jokes.
I take that back. Now that you put it like that. But yeah, I think even a cat. I draw the line at emotional support. It's got to be a dog, I think.
Cats don't support people emotionally. They kill babies. That was a huge thing in the 1920s.
What?
Yeah, cats would sit on babies' faces and suffocate them. I'm not making that shit up. It was a big thing in the 20s.
It stopped in the 20s? They put it into it?
They kept trained cats.
They trained cats not to sit on babies' faces.
No, they would just keep them out of the room until the baby was old enough to scream for help.
Jesus Christ, I've never heard of that.
Yeah, man, it was a real thing. They were like, they would have these posters. Don't leave your cat alone with your baby. Because nothing's worse than coming home from work to beat your wife and find your baby dead because your cat sat on its face.
That damn cat.
I told you she would got a dog.
Yeah, dog never sits on a baby's face.
No.
Wow, what? That's crazy. I
Never heard of that. Yeah.
No,
You're gonna Google it now.
I am. I got the urge to do it right now, just on the podcast.
It's a true thing, man. Cats used to kill babies, man. They would climb into the cradle and fucking sit on the baby's face, and the parents would come in and try to breastfeed a dead kid.
And then the cat's just up there batting around the mobile.
Try to replace me, bitch. I'll show you.
Now, what do you do if a cat kills your baby? What do you do with the cat? You keep it, or you toss it outside?
You walk into the end of the driveway and just let it off the leash.
You stand there with your hands on your hips. See what it does.
I mean, do you get life insurance on a cat and then you kill it like you would do your wife? You take out an insurance policy on the animal, and then you take it fishing, whack it in the back of the head with a canoe paddle. I don't know.
Dip its paws in cinder blocks. What they should have done was take life insurance out on the baby.
I mean, it was the 20s.
Yeah, that's true. It was the Great Depression. They probably had to eat the cat afterwards.
Or the baby.
Yeah. So really the cat did him a service. One less mouth to feed.
It's fucking terrible.
But yeah, I think this guy should bring a cat next the next open mic. Toss it up on stage, let it run around.
Like Garfield.
Yeah. Just make sure it's not on a Monday.
Damn Monday. Luckily for this person, the Crackers open mic's on a Thursday.
For now.
By the time this airs, it'll be moved to Monday.
Yeah. Or if it's even still around. But but it's kind of like a cockroach. You can't, once you think it's dead, but it keeps somehow it's still alive.
I'm shocked and amazed that people still go there, to be honest with you. Knowing what we know about the person that runs that club and how you've never even met this person and you've heard the worst comedy stories.
Yeah.
Like she makes people sleep on couches and doesn't pay them what she said she's gonna pay them. Calls them N-words. Just lovely.
Yeah. This was before I even started stand-up. I went to go see Godfrey down at the downtown Crackers. And it was me and my friend Edward, and we were the only people.
Did you say Edward or N-word?
It's my friend N-word. No, Edward. Don't get me canceled again, Deon. But we were the only people in the lobby for like the first 20 minutes, and a couple more people come walking in, and they had like Comedy Central playing on the TV in the lobby, and then all of a sudden this red-haired lady comes storming in and just starts screaming at the staff in front of the paying customers. Of course,
what was she mad about? Comedy Central?
Yeah, she was mad that they were playing Comedy Central. She goes, "You guys should be playing music." And then she berated the staff for a good 10 minutes in front of everybody.
Nothing gets people more excited about comedy than actual comedy.
Right. Yeah.
Play that funky music, white boy.
Yeah, play some Rihanna.
Yeah, they didn't come here for jokes and laughter. They came here for Spotify.
But yeah, it was a good way to meet the
To endear you to
yeah.
one of the biggest pillars in the indie comedy scene, according to her. I remember I went. I think I performed there twice before I got banned. I got banned on my second attempt for saying fuck.
Oh, really?
Which is one of their no-nos. You
Yeah,
can't say fuck there, right?
Yeah.
And
You can say anything else. You can say cunt.
You can say cats kill babies. They don't give a shit. But don't ever say fuck. So I said it in this bit I was doing about my mom, and only like the first 2 rows heard me say it because I didn't say it into the microphone. And this is how dumb I was, is I told them I said it. I was like, I'm sorry for saying fuck. And they were like, you said fuck? And I was like, huh? And they're like, oh, well, you're banned. And I was like, shit.
Jesus
they didn't even
Christ.
know. They didn't even know I said it. So I go to a show to sign up for after when the ban was going to be over.
How long did you get banned for?
You get banned for 3 months for saying fuck, which is like 4 shows.
Yeah.
Because you can do 3 minutes a month unless you bring 5 people.
Yeah.
And then you have to write an email to Trent and get on his podcast.
You gotta piss off your coworker.
So I go to sign up for the week of my band ending, and the guy running it goes, hey, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm here to sign up for when my band's over. He's like, you're not supposed to be here. Get the fuck out of here. And I'm like, that's what got me banned, and you're saying it to me? So I went the fuck off on him. I was like, man, fuck you, fuck this shitty club, fuck these unfunny comics. I'm dropping F-bombs. I'm like, fuck this place. And I stormed out, and I haven't been back since.
That's a good way.
And then I got banned on Facebook. Again, for liking a post.
So you were not only you were triple banned.
Yes.
Wow.
I wear that badge with honor.
You should. You should. That is quite the achievement. You're better off for it too.
It's an unproductive system they run over there. No, I don't understand how you can get better if you have to drag 5 people who don't want to come see you perform for 3 minutes.
Yeah,
with a $16 check average. Like that's not fair to anybody. You know, yeah. I get that you need an audience, but they only give you 3 minutes a month.
I know, but I say don't change it. I say don't change it because I need the emails for the podcast.
Fair enough. Content needs to be created. I got you.
Who needs it more, these shitty comics or me?
Well, you're about to move to New York, so you're gonna have content out the ass.
That's true. Yeah.
When is that taking place?
June 20th is when I'm planning on going out there.
Day after Juneteenth. I like that. Just thinking, not hogging the spotlight from Black people. Say, I see what you're doing. You're planning ahead. I'm assuming that was your idea, not Joe Bates.
No, Joe's moving on Juneteenth. He's moving out there.
Crazy.
He's moving out there at the end of May.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Good luck to the robot.
Did
you tell him what I said?
No, I haven't. The robot was actually on the podcast.
I feel like $1 million now. I've shared the stage with the famous, infamous robot character.
Yeah.
What was that question? Please tell me you remember what that email was.
Well, the robot needed advice. I had Ryan.
Fucking recycle it. How about that?
I had Ryan Niemiller on, and the robot came on and asked us, because the robot is an NBC talent scout. I don't know if you knew that, Deon.
Oh darn! I just blew my chances.
You blew your chances
to be on the Peacock.
But you're gonna be on BET Plus though.
I'm not. No,
Well, yeah, you're not.
A show
But-
that I wrote for
Yeah,
is
yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be on there. Yes, that comes out in the summer.
Yeah,
So I'm excited.
that is exciting.
Hopefully the robot catches some of my jokes in there, and
I'll tell the robot to tune in.
Does-
I'll tell him to sign up for BET Plus.
How was Nee Miller? He's doing. I feel bad for him because he won, or he came in like third. I don't.
Yeah.
Did he win? Yeah, he came in
in
third.
Yeah.
He came in third on America's Got Talent, and then COVID hit and just shut his whole tour down. It fucking sucks.
I know. Yeah, he was doing a lot of stuff. I think he's doing all right. Hopefully, when things open back up, it'll still pick up. Maybe he'll have to redo it. He'll have to get back on America's Got Talent. Come in second.
You know what he should do? He shouldn't tell jokes. He should just do push-ups. That would be. Nee Miller, if you're listening, I love you, buddy.
Now he's doing fine. This podcast gave him a big push.
I can't wait to see what it does to my career. Maybe I'll come back to Earth. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you'll get like one follower out of it.
It'll be a space cat with a leash.
Yeah. It'll be this guy. He'll see what real comedy is. But anyway, yeah.
Are you taking part of the competition this year, or will you be gone by then? I think you'll be gone.
Avery wants me to host like the first 2 rounds of it. I'll be there for those. Yeah.
You can't make fun of the comics in the competition, which is the best part of hosting that. Because the year you won, we had a female comic. I don't even want to say her name.
Yeah, please. Yeah, don't name. You don't need to name.
She, because you know who it is.
Yeah, I do.
I think she was on.
I was there.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I'm pretty sure that was one of your shows. She didn't do her time. She didn't do enough time to qualify. Not like that. She was gonna move on anyway. But
yeah,
like, why spend $50 if you're not going to do the time?
Right.
And the night before your show, there was a guy who it was his second time on stage ever. And he literally had the room, you could hear people ice in their drinks. He was so, because he didn't tell any jokes. He just was talking about his day. And, this is my second time. The first time I ever did it was last year's competition. I was like, so you never do stand-up? You just do stand-up competitions?
You just pay $25.
So I asked him afterward, I go, well, why did you get in the competition? He goes, I paid the money so that I would have to get on stage. I go, you have stage fright that bad? What do you mean? He's like, well, yeah, if I spend my money on something, I'm gonna do it. And I was just blown away by how out of touch this guy was. Like, so you basically just wasted 6 minutes of everybody's life that we're never gonna get back because you're too afraid to actually do this for free? What an asshole.
Yeah, that's, I don't know.
He's gonna come in third this year. Third time's the charm.
Yeah, we should after this is after we stop recording, let's take bets on who's gonna win.
I have no idea who's even in it.
Me either.
I bet you know who's gonna win it.
You think so?
Yeah. I mean, third time's the charm, right? It's funny because I know you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know you're talking.
He'll get her one way or the other.
He'll get something, all right. But so anyway, there you go. Yell at the guy, knock the chairs over, knock the tables over.
Yeah.
Break the Charlie Chaplin neon sign.
Oh, don't do that. That's their pride and joy. Because when you think of comedy, Charlie Chaplin is the man, let me tell you.
Well, yeah, when you think of stand-up, you think of a silent film comedian.
This is where you need to edit us in black and white and with the little piano.
I will. I like that. So there you go. I hope that helps. Anything you want to plug, Deon?
I have podcasts that I do, so why not take away from your listeners to make them my listeners? I do Sorry We're Canceled with BT. Now that's debatable. Funny. Yeah, Sorry We're Canceled is almost on 1 year anniversary coming up. You can find that on all podcast outlets and YouTube at Sorry We're Canceled. Like, subscribe, share. I'd appreciate that. Now That's Debatable. I do every Monday night live on Facebook at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's me, Sydney Smith, and Warren B. Hall. We debate all kind of topics, what's going on in the news, top 5 movies, top 5 song lyrics. It's a fun community. So join the Facebook group, Now That's Debatable. Type that in your search, Now That's Debatable podcast group, and you can be a part of the live show. And that podcast comes out every Wednesday. Sorry We're Canceled comes out every Tuesday. And then the Pat Down with Miss Pat, that comes out on every Tuesday too. And that's also on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you can follow me on all social media at BrightFame4. And I'm looking forward to that one extra subscriber that I get from doing this with you.
As you should be. Yeah, so check out Deon's podcast, follow him. And you can follow me on Twitter at Trent Mabry and on Instagram, Trent_Mabry. And like the podcast and follow the podcast, subscribe, rate, review, all that shit. Anyway, that's it. That's the show. As always, this is Trent Mabry signing off. Bye-bye.
Hey, baby, I hear the blues are calling. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Mercy. And maybe I seem a bit confused. Yeah, maybe. But I got you pegged. But I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Scrambled eggs all over my face. What is a boy to do? Mabry has left the building.